This video is about the 3376 Giraffe Car. I'm going to review how the Giraffe Car works in terms of tuning it up, getting it ready to function. We want to make sure that you're aware of things, especially 5 that comes to my mind to watch out for in making the purchase. And there's just nothing better than being aware of all the variations and some of the rare ones. This is a most entertaining car. It's hard not to smile when the bobbling giraffes come out of the boxcar, and using more than one creates a great visual display. I want to take a look now at what's made up of this particular car. We're going to take the shell off and reveals the works inside. There we have the giraffe, which is set up with a counterweight on the back, which enables it to rock back and forth. There's a pin that you can take out that releases it, so you can make sure that's clean and make sure that there's no friction that's going to slow down the movement of the giraffe. Put the giraffe back in, put the pin back in, and then we're going to take a look at the cam assembly in terms of what makes the giraffe actually trip. And there's a part that is also important, and that is a spring that is missing that needs to be attached from this point down to this point, and that spring is a critical factor that's oftentimes missing or broken. So I thought with all the springs I had, I could probably just go ahead and take a spring and spread it out and make it work, and I can't tell you how much time I spent trying to get the right spring, but then it's best to go to a parts dealer, get the right spring, because it's very elastic and doesn't take much tension, but it's the right size, and it'll save me a lot of time. So here we are with the spring back in place, and you can see now how the Giraffe Car would actually function with that cam assembly on the bottom. When it gets pushed up, the giraffe head will go down inside the boxcar. So we're going to take a look at how that happens in terms of what's needed to do that. So we take a piece of track, and you take this particular section with a spring and attach it to the track. This can be done for either O27 or O gauge track. That's what you need to make it work, but then you need this particular cam plate assembly, which goes along a straight piece of track, and that's what attaches to the track and enables the Giraffe Car to move across it with the head going down. Also, that spring loaded in there is so that when you have an engine that has all those side rods, as you can see in the picture there, at least it's a little flexibility, and the side rods on an engine will not trip and cause any problem with the assembly. Now I want to take and get the shell put back on the Giraffe Car. So again, it's attached with 2 screws, one in each end. And I want to point out that this particular Giraffe Car has white lettering. We'll look at a rare model later on. And the doors are fixed. They do not open on the boxcar. And it's a standard blue, which was not painted. That's just the original color of the plastic mold they use. So here's the car going across the trip. You can see how the giraffe goes down when it goes over that side assembly. And we also have on there some telltales that make it realistic to look like it's telling the giraffe, or it used to be a person would go across the boxcar, get notified before he would go into a tunnel. But you can replace those with parts if you don't have all of the little telltales that are there. An assembly packet comes with it that has the poles and the telltales, rods, the various components you need to operate the Giraffe Car. There's also a nice instruction sheet that details how to make it function, how to attach that clip to the track. Talks about the cam assembly on the bottom, how to lock the giraffe so it can stay in the car, or also what you can do if you happen to have Super O track and you want to make that function. There's clear details, so the instruction sheet's important. So this is a demonstration again of the various parts that you need to think about when you're trying to purchase one. You need that bottom cam assembly. I know of one person that has one on for sale right now without it, and they have divulged that it's kind of buyer beware because they say the pictures are the complete description. Anybody that purchased that kind of a car would be disappointed. You want to make sure there's a giraffe in the car, of course, and you want to check to see if it goes up and down with the cab assembly. It also would tip you off to whether the spring is active or not. Sometimes the horns are missing on a giraffe. Not a big thing, but if you're going to get one, you might as well try to get one that has the horns and maybe some decent spots also to be seen. There are some variations to point out. The blue one with the white lettering, blue with yellow lettering. There's even a green car. And if you happen to have Fast Track, take a look at and check out the Classic Toy Train article in 2013 edition, page 52. I want to thank you for watching. And if you have any input or suggestions to give me some feedback, I would really appreciate it. Hopefully you will watch all future videos. Thanks again.